when you're talking about this with the new principal thing, I'm really curious about this because this is like a huge conversation in education about basically a teacher shortage. There's not enough teachers in the profession. People don't want to teach anymore. Is this true with principals too? Like, is this happening? Is it harder to recruit? I don't know if it's different in Minnesota versus other states, but are you having like issues where people don't want to be principals anymore? Is it not like something aspired to do? Or like, do you see that at all?
I think that, I mean, we have people that still want to go into the profession, but I think sometimes they see how difficult it is because of the leader maybe that they've been watching. And look, it's hard. And we have principals that are leaving earlier than we would probably normally see them leaving.
Right.
And that's kind of one of my missions is how can we bring back the joy to the principalship? Because I honestly love, I mean, was it hard? Yeah, absolutely. Every day was different, but there was so much joy in the work that I felt like I did because I was making impact. And I think that it's hard if you're always in the throes of solving problems and things all the time that, like you said, you can't step back and actually see
Right.
some of the good things. And so, one of my hopes is that we can start, having principals focus on, leading, doing things that bring them joy, leading with hope and gratitude. I believe that, our schools provide the most hope for a society. And so if we can do great things with students, if we can have teachers that are happy in their job and principals that are finding the joy in it, we have a great school. We have great things that happen. Things just work well. And it really comes down to that culture piece of, all of us together supporting each other, the relationships that we build with each other. And so, you know, my goal is that, we make the principalship something that's very manageable because I feel like in the last 4 years, it hasn't been as manageable as it used to be. And so how do we bring back the things that are tried and true and they work? And so with our principal mentorship program, I do all the PD with them and I really focus in on like boots on the ground. What do you need? What are the things that are going to be most impactful? What are the principal strategies that are going to be most impactful for you as a leader so that you can lead? And I think you can't lead alone. Like you have to create. I always said, and this isn't even a word, but I would always say, I want a leaderful building. I want a building full of leaders. So every year I would identify 5 people secretly in my brain that I felt could use should lead in some way. And then I would tap them on the shoulder and they would be honored that I asked them to help me with something. And then we'd they build these leadership skills. And then the next year I'd pick 5 different staff members. And it didn't have to be a teacher. It could be a paraprofessional. It could be my custodian. It could be any number of people. But if you create this this atmosphere, this culture where everybody feels like they have a really good say, they have an important say and a leadership role, um, just their satisfaction in their job goes up. And they might be working harder than they ever have, but they feel good about the work that they're doing and they love to come to work every day. And happy teachers make happy kids. And so, that's my hope is that we continue to find ways to make our schools joyful places for kids and teachers and staff members and principals.
Listen, I don't know if leaderful is a word, okay?
Can
But
we make a word?
it is going to be a word today because I wrote it down. That is the title of the podcast now, and make sure you get credit for it.